Well, hello again. This is personal training certification video 4, mostly on nutrition. We talked briefly about nutrition in the last segment on video 3, I think it was. This is probably the largest section in the manual. It goes from page 51 to I don't know, into the 100 and something page, 136 I think. So nutrition is the most important thing. Clients are paying you good money to see results. They're not going to see the results they expect to see unless you get them to eat right. There's no one particular diet that will work for everyone. First of all, you shouldn't use the word diet. It's a lifestyle change. Proper nutrition. Diets have a 98% failure rate. And it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So just don't call it a diet. Just call it a nutrition program or lifestyle change. There's a questionnaire in the manual, and there's another one on one of the other videos. I think the one in the other video was the original short version, which I like probably better. When I ran nutrition analysis for Goals Corporate and Goals in the largest Goals gym in the world, it was called nutrition analysis, which is the same as Sports Tell Us, and it was the same, pretty much the same as APEC, based on oxidation rate. There was a study done in the 40s and 50s with schizophrenia, hypertension, and they realized that different types breakdowns of protein, carbs, and fats will affect people differently. Dr. Lauder, I think in the 80s or 90s, he had a softback book out. Eat Right for Your Type. It's a pretty good book. Based on your blood type and your DNA, it will tell you what percentages of protein, carbs, and fats you need for your body type. So there's no one set diet that's going to work for the whole population. Oxidation rate is not fast or slow metabolism. It's how your body utilizes the nutrients from the food and the breakdowns and percentages of protein, carbs, and fats. So, for example, a slow oxidizer, that would be like the old Pritikin diet: high carbohydrate, low protein, low fat. 75% carbohydrate, 15% protein, 10% fat. So anyone who really craves carbohydrates and they get lethargic or tired when they eat too much protein is probably a slow oxidizer. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's people get their carbs from the wrong sources. That's the problem. A mid-oxidizer would be 55% carbohydrate, 25% protein, 20% fat. A fast oxidizer, someone who likes protein and fat and not crazy about a lot of carbohydrates, would be the 40-30-30. 40 carbohydrate, 30 protein, 30 fat. Something like the South Beach LA diet. Not to the extreme of the Atkin. So those are the three main breakdowns and percentages of protein, carbs, and fats. And when you're designing meal plans, it's not a big change. I mean, from going from for a woman, for example, on 1,000, 1,200 calories, going from a slow to a mid-oxidizer, it's just a matter of giving them a couple of more exchanges from from group 1, 2, 3, 4, which are carbohydrate groups. Take away 1 or 2 groups from them and add 1 or 2 more groups from 5 or 7, which are your protein sources. That would be going from slow to mid. So you're increasing the protein a little bit, cutting back on the carbs a little bit. Going from the mid to the fast would be the same thing. Again, you'd add a couple more exchanges from group 5 and 7, which is your protein sources, and you take away 1 or 2 groups from your carbohydrate groups, which would really be 2 would be fiber, vegetable, 3 would be simple sugars, fruits, and juices, 4 would be complex carbohydrates. 1 was really just free condiments, so it's 2, 3, and 4. So that would give you a breakdown of your percentages of protein, carbs, and fats. Again, it has nothing. Fast oxidizer can have a slow metabolism. It has nothing to do with metabolism. It's your oxidation rate. It's how your body utilizes the nutrients from the food, the right breakdowns, and how your body metabolizes it. Being a slow oxidizer, you're going to build just as much lean body mass on a low protein, low fat diet as a fast oxidizer who's on a higher protein, higher fat diet. So don't think that you have to. The old days, we always said, way back when we didn't really know that much, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That was just a statement we all made. There was no scientific evidence that it worked. It was just making sure you had enough amino acids so you could hopefully build some lean body mass. But getting the right percentages of protein, carbs, and fats will work better. So have them answer the questionnaire honestly. It's very difficult to get people to answer it honestly because years ago they were all brainwashed to be on the Pritikin diet. high carbohydrate, low protein, low fat. Now everybody's brainwashed to be on the fast, on a high protein, high fat, low carbohydrate diet. It's because people have been eating the wrong carbs for too long. Complex carbohydrates is still the chief source of energy. You can't go without complex carbohydrates. You can, but it's not good. You're forcing yourself into ketosis. You're getting very tired, very lethargic, brain dead. You can't think right. So if you're a fast oxidizer, which I am, and I like protein and fat, and I'm not a big carbohydrate eater, then you'll do fine. But if you're a slow oxidizer, or mid-slow, and you're trying to eat a high protein, high fat diet, low carbohydrate, you're not going to feel well. You're going to be very lethargic, very tired, no energy. So it's not healthy. So have them answer the questionnaire when they were younger, before they were brainwashed one way or the other. Just have them try to answer the questionnaire honestly. The old nutrition analysis questionnaire was a program. We put in the 112 questions they answered into the program in the computer, and they figured it out pretty good. There's a sample of it in your manual here, the old printout for nutrition analysis. It was a great program. Check around, it's probably still available. The Goals used to call it nutrition analysis. Other doctors' offices or other chains of gyms would call it sports tellus. Then a friend of mine came out with APEC, which is a very similar spin-off of the oxidation rate. And there's some other articles in the manual that I just happened to print out of the internet. So study about oxidation rate. It's really the way to go. You shouldn't give everyone the same diet. Everyone is not the same. Everyone's an individual. So that's what you should do. Then the printout for the nutrition analysis, it's several pages. Again, this is when I was ending the program and I was leaving Goals years ago. So it's actually a girl's disc with the guide's information. So if you really studied it, you would realize it, but most people don't. So check that out. It's a great program. I think that's what you should really base your nutrition information on, is giving them the right percentages of protein, carbs, and fats. But again, the problem, why everybody's getting brainwashed with low carbohydrate, because everybody's eating processed food. They're eating the wrong sugars, way too much processed flour. Even the whole grains is not as good as what people think they are. So again, your complex carbohydrates, what you should really highly recommend to all your clients, would be plain old-fashioned oatmeal, cream of rice, sweet potato, yam, or brown rice. The vegetable, the fiber, should be fresh or frozen, not canned. It should be steamed, microwave, eaten raw, not boiled. Fresh fruit, stay with the canned fruit. That's my dog's barking. And then your protein sources, real pieces of non-processed protein, a real piece of meat, chicken, turkey, fish, egg, whey, soy, tofu, seeds, and nuts. Check with your clients, see if they have any food allergies. Make sure they don't before you're designing or giving them some nutrition advice. What you should probably do is the handouts. You can just basically give them handouts based on what you feel they will do. You're not designing or customizing a menu just for them. You're giving them a handout of nutrition programs that other people have used in the past and have seen great results. So if they are in the right oxidation rate and give them the right handout, then they should see results. Have your clients go out and fat load once or twice a week, so they don't feel like they're over dieting, which isn't a diet, but they're not depriving their body of enjoying and having a night out once in a while, which is fine. Teach them what intensity is when they're training and with the cardio. So back to the nutrition program, nutrition part of it. There's articles in here on all your types of fats, your proteins, your different types of carbohydrates, about your amino acids, the 8 essential, then the non-essential and the semi-essential. There's a total of 22 amino acids for an adult. A newborn baby, I think, is 24, but adults, there's a group of 24, which you need in complete form. Then there's 8 essential. Out of the 8 essential, there's 3 branch chain. the branched chain of the valine, leucine, isoleucine. So you want to make sure you're getting a complete protein amino acid source. If you want to bump up your branched chain amino acids to help build more lean body mass, you can. Most of your protein drinks have already increased your branched chain amino acids. You'd be, in the vitamin stores, BCAA. Then there's free-form amino acids pills, which would be the complete amino acid pill. So there's some information on that. Different information on your protein and if you're a vegetarian, the combination of grains and vegetables and rice, usually rice, beans, and vegetables will make a complete protein. But they give you several different breakdowns here, and they talk about the carbohydrates and the fats and the essential fatty acids, saturated and unsaturated fats. Study all that stuff. I got an article here on flaxseed, which is very good. Flaxseed they've been using since the beginning of time for all different types of things, so that's definitely worth reading. They're both fiber. About your cholesterol, LDL, HDL, study that stuff. And let's see, your blood sugars, your glycemic index, water, fluid retention. Don't have your clients, actually page 97, that's a questionnaire you probably should use. Make sure your clients keep hydrated. You need to drink lots of fluid, lots of water. The more water they drink, the less water retention they'll have, so they don't want to deprive their body of fluids. Then they will retain water. There's different questionnaires here, follow-up questionnaires. Now is the what time do we have here? I got a few more minutes. Calorie requirements for weight management on page 99. It's usually BMR equals pounds times 0.45, which transfers pounds into kilograms. Then they say 24 calories per day per kilogram equals BMR. That's fine for an average guy. It's fine for a small, fit woman, but it's too high for anyone else, because the formula is going to come out too high. Then you're going to take away a few hundred calories for a weight loss program, or add a few hundred calories for a weight gain program. So what I would do is, for men who are not grossly overweight and a very small, very fit woman, pounds times 0.45 is correct. That will transfer the pounds into kilograms. Times 24 is fine. It will be kilograms per day for BMR. That's to maintain where you are right now. To have a weight loss program, you would take, well, after that you have to multiply that times your activity level. So heavy activity would be times 50%. So say if your BMR came out to 1,000, and you're a very athletic type woman, so that's going to be another 500. So for you to maintain where you are right now, that'd be about 1,500 calories. If you want to have a weight loss, you're going to take away 200 or 300 calories, which would be around 1,200 calories. If you're going to be a weight gain program, that's 1,500 calories, you'll probably go up to 2,000 plus. So that's fine for most people, most fit people. But when you get to people who are really out of shape, or very large people, that will not work at all. So either I put all really out of shape women on 1,000 to 1,200, 1,300 calories period. Men 2,024 period. If you use a formula, sometimes the calories, BMR comes out just way too high, and it's just not going to work. But if you want to try this, and if it makes sense, do the same thing, but BMR pounds times 0.45 equals kilograms. Try times 18 kilograms per day per pound instead of the 24. That will give you your BMR. And then you multiply that times your activity level, whether it be light, moderate, or heavy. If you're a couch potato, you just leave it the way it is. This segment's going to end because I'm running out of time. Video 5 will be more on nutrition. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks.